This is a tutorial for setting up your POS 4S terminal once you have gotten the signed agreement from the merchant and you have also set up the account, and now you either are delivering a KTM terminal that you're transferring ownership, or you are delivering a VIP terminal that you're transferring ownership, or the merchant has ordered a terminal from their back office and that terminal has now arrived. They could do this or you could do this, but it's best if you come back to the store and help them set this up, even if they ordered their own terminal from their own back office. You must make certain that neither you nor the merchant adds any hardware or software to this terminal, that they do not try to take the terminal apart, that they keep it whole and pristine. Anything that they do, adding software, subtracting software, anything like that will void the warranty, and they'll have to pay full replacement costs. The serial numbers are very, very, very important. Do not mingle serial numbers. Do not trade or swap terminals. Do not add extra terminals in. Do not set up fake or test accounts. Do not do anything that you don't see in these tutorials. Only do what you see in these tutorials. The serial numbers are very important. Always keep the serial numbers together. The outer box has a serial number on it. It should match the inner box serial number, and that should match the serial number that's on the base of the terminal. There's two packages of cards that come in there, 50 cards in a pack. These are flex cards, and these are always to be kept with the exact same terminal. Mixing the cards will nullify them, will void them out. Trying to create a test account will void out those cards, so you don't want to do any of those things. Only do what you see in these tutorials. Now we're going to get to the actual steps for activating a POS 4S terminal. And when you're looking at the terminal face on, in the lower left-hand corner, there's a bottom button. There's two buttons on the left-hand corner, a long one and a short button. The bottom button, the short button, is the on-off button. Before you turn this terminal on, you need to charge it overnight. You want to charge the terminal overnight, a minimum of 8 hours of charging before you even try to turn it on. So before you even try to turn on the terminal, you want to charge it overnight, a minimum of 8 hours. If you don't charge it overnight, then you're going to generate errors that are going to delay the terminal being activated. You can add extra days onto this if you don't do this procedure. So you take the terminal out of the box and you charge it for a minimum of 8 hours. Best to do it overnight. Then once you've charged it for 8 hours, then you hit the bottom button. That little button is the on-off button. You press it and it will turn on. It takes a couple of seconds to turn on, so just relax and wait. Push the button and you'll hear it turn on. You'll hear it play a little song, and then you'll see the screen come on. You'll know that it's fine, but you must charge it a minimum of 8 hours prior to turning it on. When you first turn on the terminal, let it settle, let it do its thing. It's got a little procedure it'll do. Then you'll see a screen much like this, and you're going to enter a code. The code is the same for all terminals. That code is lowercase a 3 times. So lowercase a, lowercase a, lowercase a, and then click on OK. So 3 lowercase a's and then click on OK. That'll bring you to the next screen. The next screen is the authentication screen, the login screen, or it'll bring you back out depending on the updates that it's had. You're going to see different screens, but in general you're going to see this screen where it gives you the dealer ID login windows, and what you're going to do is click on settings. So you're going to come down and you're going to click on settings. You're not going to click on anything else or type anything else into this terminal. You're going to click on settings. Once you click on settings, you're then going to click on install Wi-Fi. So you'll click on install Wi-Fi. Once you click on install Wi-Fi, you're going to see the Wi-Fi networks around you. It won't look like any of these. These are just for this screenshot. You're going to need to, you're going to see the Wi-Fi environment around you, and you want to join the network that is part of the business that you are setting up your terminal in. So if you don't see anything, then click on the refresh button, and then look for the Wi-Fi that is associated with this merchant that you are setting up. And then you're going to enter the password for that. So you're going to find it. Let's say that it's Hitron. You click on Hitron, and then you're going to enter the password to log into Hitron. But of course, it will not be Hitron. It'll be whatever the Wi-Fi is for the business that you're at. You'll type in the password after you click on Hitron in this example, and then you'll type in the password, and then you'll click on Connect, and that will you'll go through a couple of seconds of connecting, and then you will be connected. So next, it'll say that it has found the Wi-Fi and it's installed it, and it'll say connected to, in this case, Fritzbox von Wanlan. There you go. That's in this example. That's what it says, but yours will say something different. All right, and then you're going to enter the merchant ID number or the dealer ID number. That's going to be a different number than 4351. You're not going to enter 4351 if you're setting up your terminal for a real live merchant. It's going to be a different dealer ID number. You're going to type in that dealer ID number and the password that was created when you created that dealer ID account. So in the case where you're setting this up in a real merchant for real, you're going to type in whatever that dealer ID number is that you created, and the password associated with that. If you're just doing this to set up a test account on your demo terminal, then yes, you do use the dealer ID number of 4351 and the password of 123456. That is the test account. If you want to demo your terminal to show partners or merchants how it works, that is what you use, dealer ID number 4351, password 123456. However, when you're setting up your terminal in a real store, a real FlexKom, a real merchant, then you want to use the real dealer ID number and the real password. Once you do that, you hit login. And once you log in, you'll see these options. In general, these are the only options that you need. And in order to start using the system, then you'll just click on Checkout. When you click on Checkout, then you're creating transactions based off that dealer ID number. And the QR code, the QR invitation, you're now using the static QR code for that terminal in that store, so they can kiss like crazy. Check balance is where they check the amount of Flex monies or on the Flex card. And then settings is how you get back to the screen to set up the Wi-Fi, or if you received your Bluetooth printer, that's how you would connect that, and so forth. And then log out is log out. You'll be logging out. And you don't have to log out every night. You can leave it logged in and just power it down or whatever. In general, you want to have the terminal plugged in during the business hours. You want to have it plugged in and next to the cash register. You don't want to unplug it and have it operating off batteries, because the batteries may die throughout the day, whereas if you leave it plugged in, that'll be perfectly fine for the batteries, perfectly fine for the terminal to be on all day. We have terminals here that have been plugged in for 3-4 months and never been turned off, and they're perfectly fine. So you want to have them plugged in during the business day. That is the best practice. Unplugging them during the business day is not the best practice. Okay, these are just a couple of screens to show you how to enter to do a transaction. So basically, you enter the principal amount. So you don't enter the amount that has tax included. So just the amount before tax or any fees or anything like that. Just the principal amount. You type that in, and then you either click on Flex Card Collect or Flex App Collect to have the person receive their discount. In the future, when they're paying with their Flex app or their Flex card, they'll click on Flex Card Pay to pay with their Flex card. And in the future, the option of paying for this transaction with their Flex app, the merchant will click on Flex App Pay to pay with the Flex app. All right, looking at the procedure to kiss a customer with the terminal. The customer will go to the iPhone store, the Android store, and download the Flex Card app, and they will download it and install it on their phone. And then once they'll click on Scan, and then they'll scan the QR code that is generated when merchant clicks on QR code. So to generate a QR code to kiss somebody, they'll click on that generate QR code, and then they will generate the QR code. The customer will download and install the Flex Card app, and then scan this QR code, and then they'll have to go through a couple more steps on their phone, adding their email address, and then they'll be a customer. So they must complete that step of adding their email address in order to become a customer. Or the merchant can hand them a Flex Card and activate that Flex Card. Okay, the next screen talks about how to generate to execute on using the Flex Card to make a purchase. And they basically will have clicked on collect with Flex Card, and then they type in their 16-digit number. Like for instance, if they use a Flex Card and they don't have their card with them, they can type in the 16-digit number and then click on submit, or they can scan the QR code from their Flex Card and redeem their pay for it that way when that comes along. Or for right now, they can then collect the discount using that scanned QR code. So they'll scan the QR code of the card or the Flex app, and then that discount will come to that customer. This is just paying with Flex Card option. They will click on Pay with Flex Card, and just like we talked about, they can do it by either scanning the QR code on the Flex Card, or if they don't happen to have their Flex Card with them and they remember their 16-digit PIN number, then they can use that and then click on Submit. Okay. And this is what happens, the screen that you see when you click on log out, logging out. You don't have to do this. It's not recommended that you log out every night. Just leave it on. That's fine, perfectly fine. But if the person wants to log out, they'll click on log out. That means they'll have to log in when they start back the business the next day. But they don't have to log out unless they really want to. And once again, please remember that you don't want to add any software to this terminal. You don't want to add any hardware to this terminal. You want to keep this terminal in pristine condition where you're not adding anything to it or damaging it or putting it into an environment where it can be damaged. That will void the warranty, and then a replacement terminal would need to be purchased at full cost. Thank you.